Hi team, I'm Fia and this is your guide to every collectible available in the first phase of Legion REMIX. If you're after a bit of an intro guide to what REMIX even is to start with, I've got a guide for that too. Check the cards and the description box. I'm a completionist collector. I hunt down every last quest, mog, achievement, pet, mount, toy, and anything else you can think of, so if you can collect it, I'll mention it. Huge thanks to Blizzard for enabling my need to collect them all and sponsoring this video. This guide is only going to cover what's available right now in Phase 1 of Legion REMIX. All of these things will be available from day 1 to the very last day of the event, so there's no rush, but my hope is that it'll help you focus on what you can do rather than what's coming down the way. Every single achievement in REMIX is a feat of strength too, so if you have a hardcore focus on earning points, don't stress too much about unlocking every single one. I use the All the Things add-on, also known as ATT, to manage my collection and plan my hunts. I'd strongly recommend picking it up and following along. You can easily filter the list of things down to only what you're interested in. I use Insane Account Completionist mode, but that doesn't mean you have to. Insane means I have every type of collectible tracked. Account means it covers all armor and weapon types across both factions and all classes rather than only showing what my currently logged in toon can use. And Completionist means if there are 3 pairs of pants that all look the same, I want to collect all 3 rather than just one for the look. That bit's also referred to as sources collecting. Open up your ATT window and expand the World Event category, then right-click the REMIX Legion heading to pop it out into its own window. If your settings are different to mine, your numbers and items will also look different, and that's okay. Just focus on what you can see on your end. For navigating to all these collectibles, dungeon entrances, and vendors, I recommend grabbing the TomTom add-on. Alt-right-clicking on anything in ATT that has coordinates attached will add those as waypoints to your world map, and the on-screen crazy arrow will point the way. I'll leave links to both of these in the description box. If you're going to collect every single thing REMIX has to offer, you'll need to level 1 of every class available. That's 12 characters. If you're okay missing a few feats of strength and possibly a couple of other bits and bobs, you can collect most of everything with 4 characters, 1 of each armor type. As tempting as it might be to level them all at the same time and clear each zone entirely before moving on, I don't recommend it. Stick with getting 1 character all the way to 80, then move on to an alt. That way the alt will level faster and your collecting will be more efficient. When you first log into Legion REMIX with your new time runner, you'll be plonked in Dalaran and sent off to do your introductory quests. Every quest will give you a cache of infinite treasure, and these babies have your gear in them. In MOP REMIX, you could cheese getting your last few pieces by opening the boxes in different zones, but that doesn't seem to be the case here. The contents are tied to the zone you completed the quest in, and there aren't bazaars all over the isle. Feel free to open the box as soon as you get it and see what you got. Dalaran has a full set of transmog for each armor type, cloth, leather, mail, and plate, plus a handful of cloaks. You'll need to run each of your 4 armor types through the intro to collect everything, but it's quick. Quests you pick up from the bazaar that award a cache also pull from this loot table, so if you're missing a piece or 2 after the intro, don't worry. All of these items can be collected in Phase 1. The next category at ATT is Broken Isles. This covers your outdoor zones. Of these, Azuna, High Mountain, Stormheim, Suramar, and Val'sharah are available in this phase. The zone rewards section mirrors that in Dalaran, a full set for each armor type, plus cloaks, run all 4 toons. Each zone has 1 faction, plus a second one in Azuna. All of these can be worked on once you unlock world quests at level 30. Be sure to visit the Infinite Bazaar for a quest to open them up. There aren't a ton of world quests up at any one time, but remember that world quests rotated more often in Legion, so be sure to check for new ones regularly. Moving into achievements, every zone asks you to complete the campaign and side quests, take out some rares, reveal the entire map, which can be done using your warband ability, warband map to everywhere all at once, loot treasures, and clear all the raids and dungeons in that zone. Almost all of this is possible this phase, but there are a couple of exceptions. Suramar has an additional achievement for completing the Insurrection storyline, plus it includes the Nighthold in its LFG achievement. Both of these are locked for now, but don't worry, we'll get them later. I'll have a guide like this for each phase, so when they can be finished, I'll let you know. This whole section will likely take a good chunk of your time to do. The campaigns and side quests are pretty lengthy on your first toon, so just take your time and chip away at it all. Moving down to the achievements category, as we can't touch invasion points yet, most of these you'll get naturally as you play through the event. Artifact Remixed 1, 2, and 3 have you get all of your artifacts on a toon. Bringing order to the Isles is a big achievement. This is the equivalent to a legendary campaign feat of strength from back in the day. Complete all 12 Order Hall campaigns. That means 12 time runners. This is a stretch goal for most people. I'll see you on the other side. Broken Isles World Quests 1 through 5 maxes out at 150 world quests completed, another one that'll take a little while to chip away at. Jumping to Pillars of Creation, you'll recover all 5 pillars through your campaign questing and a couple of dungeons. Putting the finite in infinite is technically possible in Phase 1, but it's a lot of power. This is far more likely to be one of those achievements you slowly make progress on across the entire Legion Remix journey. Once you make it through Dalaran's quest chain, you'll unlock Remixing Time, super quick. Tenured in the Time Ways 1 through 4 asks you to complete a bunch of infinite research assignments. Just keep playing and they'll unlock. The Time Runner achievements are for leveling characters. Getting any character to 80 will grant the base achievement, plus the one for the specific class, and that second one will give you the Fel-infused class mount. You can just buy the rest of the class mounts for 20,000 bronze a pop, or you can level the class, earn the achievement, and pay for the mount in time instead. To Fel and back is a simple one. Just finish the whole leveling campaign to earn an incredible ensemble. The Unlimited Power series runs from 1 through 12, capping out at 5 million infinite power earned for your artifact weapon. As we progress through Remix, we'll earn this stuff faster and faster. Don't worry about trying to grind it out in a week. Same as for putting the finite in infinite. Withered Army training is available in Phase 1 after questing through Suramar, so you can complete building a heroic army. Just be sure to do it in heroic world tier, and be careful, stuff hits hard. Though it's available now, this will get easier the more powerful we get, so it might be worth waiting if you still have other things to work on. Carrying on from Broken Isles world quests, there are 4 achievements for doing them in heroic world tier as well. They cap out at 100 instead of 150. More from the heroic side of things, Legion Slayer 1 through 5 has you take out a max of 500 empowered enemies, and Power of the Obelisks 1 through 4 caps at 100 time-warped obelisks activated. Note that you don't have to successfully kill the commander the angry pillars spawn, just summon it for it to count. Though if you do die to it, you'll at least unlock You Were Not Prepared, an achievement for dying in heroic world tier. Onwards to dungeons, not everything in here is unlocked yet, but a ton of it is. Completing every available dungeon on normal difficulty will unlock each dungeon's normal achievement, the series of 3 Legion Dungeons achievements, plus Broken Isles Dungeoneer. There's individual achievements for each one on Heroic and Mythic too, and if you run just Mythic, it will grant the achieves for each difficulty, as you'd expect. There are also achievements for Keystone Dungeons, topping out at clearing a level 40 key. Level 40. 40. When it comes to loot from dungeons, they'll all pull from the same loot table, regardless of difficulty. Makes it much easier to grind them all up. You'll need to run all 4 of your armor type time runners through dungeons to earn the full sets. The dungeons that are available for you to wipe out of ATT are Assault on Violet Hold, Black Rockhold, Court of Stars, Darkheart Thicket, Eye of Ajara, Halls of Valor, Maw of Souls, Neltharian's Lair, the Archway, and Vault of the Wardens. There's no group finder for Mythic difficulty, so you'll need to form groups and zone in manually for the last little bits. The gear conversion category is a weird one. The reason it's included in the Remix section is that when you convert a Time Runner to a regular old character, they'll be kitted out in a set of appropriate gear, including weapons, and this gear has a special MOG appearance. Luckily, these items are also used when doing a gear update. A gear update is a free service where characters between levels 10 and 70 who haven't been logged into for 60 or more days can be granted a fresh set of gear, teleported to their capital city, have their bars reset and quest log cleared. The idea is that players can log into the character as though it were a fresh toon without losing any previous progress. No overwhelming quest log, confusing action buttons, etc. If you're not a source collector, these appearances are shared between a ton of different items, so you can target them more easily. But even if you are a source collector, you can get these outside of Remix. Just be aware that each different spec has a different set available, so be sure to set yours correctly. And some classes have different sets of weapons at different levels, so double check your ATT before applying the gear update or transferring the character to Retail Realms. The Infinite Bazaar category is enormous, like 80% of your total count, and that's because this is where all those ensembles are, across 12 classes with so many appearances per ensemble. More vendors will become available as new phases open, but let's look at who will sell to us now. Aegos the Silent is tucked behind the tent first on your right as you enter the bazaar, selling lost and found apparel with 3 leather ensembles, 2 mail and 2 plate for 15,000 bronze each. Freddy Threads is a very well-hidden vendor. Follow the back of the tent around further from Aegos, selling cloak ensembles. 2 of them cost 2,000 bronze each, 4 are 4,000 bronze each, 7 are 6,000 bronze each, and 5 are 8,000 each. The tent Aegos and Freddy are behind houses Pythagoras, who sells raid apparel, but not everything is available to purchase right now. Because these are tied to specific raids, if those raids are in a later phase, we have to wait until that phase to purchase the set. Make sense? Here's what we can purchase now. The first Satyr's Spaulders can be bought for 30,000 bronze plus 20 horns of the first Satyr. These drop from Xavius, the last boss of the Emerald Nightmare, on normal, heroic, or mythic difficulty. Plenty of ensembles here too, with 3 cloth, 4 leather, 2 mail, and 3 plate for 30,000 bronze, plus 1 cloth, 1 leather, 1 mail, and 1 plate ensemble for 20,000 bronze each. This is a good time to mention for source collectors that there are some ensembles being marked as already known that have unlearned source IDs exclusive to Remix. Sometimes these can bug out and the game won't let you use them, which is supposed to be a way to prevent players from accidentally spending bronze on things they already have, as Blizzard defines it. Personally, I've been totally fine. I've been buying already known ensembles and learning them and getting all of the source IDs, but in case you have issues, that might be what's causing it. Reach out to Blizzard for a fix. Arturos is the next vendor following the curve of the platform around to the left, selling dungeon apparel with 4 cloth, 4 leather, 3 mail, and 5 plate ensembles for 15,000 bronze each. Lara Treebender is a transmogrifier, but also sells an absolute load of ensembles. If you've never picked up the Recruit's shirt or Guild Tabard, you can get them here for just 5 bronze a pop too. Every ensemble Lara sells goes for 15,000 bronze, and there are 7 cloth, 7 leather, 7 mail, and 7 plate sets. There are more on the vendor, but they're tied to future phases. Right next to Lara is Unicus, who sells a bunch of odds and ends. There are mini packs, 2 ensembles, and 4 arsenals for 2,500 bronze each, plus 2 arsenals and 7 cloth, 6 leather, 6 mail, 4 plate, and 1 miscellaneous ensemble for 7,500 bronze each. Again, more will become available here. Following the edge of the island around again will lead you to Hemet Nezingweri the 17th, who sells 61 mounts, which is a ton, but not all of them are ready to buy yet. Of the 22 we can get today, 4 are mounts that are available in retail, so you might have a handful of, or even all of them, but the remaining 18 are Remix exclusive, and those ones are 10,000 bronze each. The existing 4 range from 20 to 100,000 per, depending on the apparent difficulty of the original source, so be sure to take a look. Next vendor is Grandmaster Jackus, selling the Fel-infused class mounts we've been told so much about. These can be purchased for 20,000 bronze each, or you can level the appropriate class to 80 as a time runner to unlock it for free via achievement. Your choice, time or money, friend. Horus sells a variety of battle pets and toys, most of which are available to earn in retail, but there are a couple of new and exclusive items. 19 of the 53 cosmetics can be bought now, ranging from 10 to 100,000 bronze. The last vendor is Momentous by The Forge, selling Time Runner's weapons. This might seem a little odd for an expansion where we get artifacts, but these are the weapons given to new Time Runners for them to use until they get their artifact. They've all got unique appearances with one exception, and they're only 5 bronze a pop. You could also make Time Runners that use those weapons to have them granted upon login, but maybe you don't want more toons. If not, this vendor is for you. The new character category covers gear that new Time Runners are wearing when they log in for the first time. They're not class specific and you don't have to complete a single quest for them to count, just make a new toon and log them in. Category magically complete. All of the zone quests in Remix are thankfully using the same quest IDs as those in retail, so if you've done them at any point before, you won't need to do them again for completion's sake, apart from earning achievements. But Remix does have a bunch of new quests designed to guide you through the event experience. These quests are what make up the quests category. As you level your first character and start completing Remix-specific tasks, these quests will all make themselves available to you during this phase, if you fulfill their requirements. Most of them have those recs listed in the tooltip in ATT, and there is one quest that is Demon Hunter specific, so be sure to make a note of it if you like to collect quests. Moving on to raids, there's only one thing from the achievement subcategory you can get, and that's Heroic Legion Remix Raider. The rest ask you to complete all raids, but not all raids are available yet. Emerald Nightmare has achievements for killing different bosses on different difficulties, clear it on Mythic, and everything will be crossed off. As previously mentioned, Xavius the last boss here will drop horns of the first Satyr on normal or higher difficulty. You need 20 to buy the first Satyr's Spaulders. Trial of Valor is also open to run right from the start, with achievements for clearing the raid on LFR, normal, heroic, and mythic difficulty. There's also a series of 4 deathless achievements, one for each armor type. Clear the raid on mythic difficulty with no deaths, and you'll earn an achievement granting an ensemble matching your clearing character's armor type. Time to break out those 4 base toons. You might notice I haven't mentioned anything about raid loot. That's because at max level, loot is handled a bit weirdly in Remix. Pop open your rewards tab and you'll find a Moat of Broken Time. These will drop from all max level content at varying rates. The harder the content, the more that drop, and you can combine 10 of them to create a raid level piece of gear. There are a huge number of these listed in ATT, and they all show as low eye level, but they scale, creating them at a higher eye level as you go. These modes are currently creating items that come from normal Emerald Nightmare. There is a set for Heroic, and there's also a set for Mythic. The only way to get those ones is to run the raid on that difficulty. Same goes for Trial of Valor. As we progress through the phases in Remix, the moats will likely create items that have the MOG appearances of the raid that we're currently working on in that phase, likely also pulling from the normal set. So if you don't manage to get every piece from the normal Emerald Nightmare set now, you can always come back and get them from Emerald Nightmare Normal later on in the phases. Our final category, what a marathon, is World Bosses. Just one achievement currently obtainable, and that's Broken Isles World Bosses, to kill each world boss once. In Legion, these rotated weekly, but we don't have time for that in Remix, so they rotate daily. That does make it tricky to ensure you get them all done if you can't log in every day, but they'll be around for the whole event, so you do have time. So, how are you feeling about our little to-get list? Please, please, please remember that although this is everything available right now, it's not leaving until the end of Remix. So there is no need to rush or push or anxiety grind this all out immediately. Do as much as you can, and next week I'll jump into the much shorter list of new additions with the new phase. That new phase is coming on October 21st, 22nd in Australia. Get excited! What's been your favourite bit of Legion Remix so far? Let me know in the comments, and while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on notifications too, so you don't miss next week's collecting guide. You can catch me live on Twitch 4 nights a week, and I'll see you in my next guide. Thanks for watching!